I think Shakur knew I was really good, but he didn't say it. But now the time is here where he got no point but to now do it.
I think he's nervous and he's giving off energy as if he's trying to dilute his brain into believing things that are basically not going to happen. I just don't understand how he can dilute his brain into believing that when he didn't make Steve Claggett, that's his name, Steve Claggett, quit. He didn't make him quit. He didn't make George Kambosos quit. He did not make Lomachenko quit. So what in the world makes him think that he's going to make me quit?
They're going to say, oh, he was a lightweight. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, technically, he is a lightweight. You know, he's still WB. See, the thing is that I look at it, I don't want to elongate this whole thing, but he's still the WBC champion at lightweight division. So I'm just going to bring him back down. That's all it is. But he doesn't lose anything. He loses to me, okay, that's one thing, but he still has his safety net. You know what I mean? That's a WBC world title.
Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez went toe-to-toe during a live interview, and you could feel this wasn't just pre-fight talk. This was two fighters subtly trying to get inside each other's heads in real time.
That he's better now than Loma was when you fought Loma?
Shakur?
Yeah.
And Loma? Loma and Shakur?
Yes.
No comparison there. No. But I believe me, stylistically, and the knowledge and everything I've learned from that is, I think there's a better version that we're going to see right now when I go against Shakur Stevenson Saturday night.
Teofimo came in spicy, shutting down the polite media tone immediately. He was like, nah, this is fight week. Don't try to soften me up.
Stop trying to be nice on fight week. Like, this is the fight week. Like, I ain't your buddy, dude. Like, don't give me that. Don't try to soften me up to not give you this whooping I'm about to give you. So nah, I ain't trying to hear all that.
Just because I'm on top of my game. He's getting the best version of me. With Lomo, I think that it's also another thing. I'm not as small as Lomachenko was. Like, he may be the bigger fighter, but he's not just way bigger than me. I think with the Lomachenko fight, he was a lot bigger than Lomachenko, and he instilled, and his dad instilled fear inside of Lomachenko by constantly calling his name, and I seen it within the way that Lomachenko fought, and I think that I don't have it. Like, I'm the type of guy that I take risks. I'm not scared of these moments. I'm not scared of this fight. I'm not scared of none of this.
Then he locked into that career on the line mindset, talking about how he's mentally reset, blocked out the chaos, and feels more determined than he's been since the Lukashenko fight. That's dangerous energy.
So I'm just going to bring him back down. That's all it is. But he doesn't lose anything. He loses to me, okay, that's one thing, but he still has his safety net. You know what I mean? That's a WBC world title. He's still world champion. So it's not like it's a lose-lose for him. You know, it's more like we tried and we win, no matter what. For Teofimo, my end is different, far different.
I feel there's more at stake for you in that sense in this fight.
My career is at stake. Not the fight. My career.
Because when Teofimo starts talking about silence, focus, and will overskill, that's not promo talk. That's a fighter who believes this night decides everything. Then Shakur jumps in and calmly dismantles a narrative, calling Teofimo nervous and questioning how a guy who didn't make Lomachenko or Kambosos quit thinks it's going to make him quit.
Make George Kambosos quit. He did not make Lomachenko quit. So what in the world makes him think that he's going to make me quit?
Okay, I know you feel like you're a greater challenge for him at this point in your career than Loma was at that point in his career. Can you tell me why?
Just because I'm on top of my game. He's getting the best version of me. With Lomo, I think that it's also another thing. I'm not as small as Lomachenko was. Like, he may be the bigger fighter, but he's not just way bigger than me. I think with the Lomachenko fight, he was a lot bigger than Lomachenko.
Shakur casually slides in that he sees himself top 4 pound for pound after this fight. Cold confidence. No shouting, just I'm at the top of my game, and you're about to see it. He even breaks down the Loma fight like a professor, saying Teofimo got more credit than he deserved, and that Lomachenko beat himself early. That is subtle but sharp psychological jab.
He instilled, and his dad instilled fear inside of Lomachenko by constantly calling his name, and I seen it within the way that Lomachenko fought, and I think that I don't have it. Like I'm the type of guy that I take risks. I'm not scared of these moments. I'm not scared of this fight. I'm not scared of none of this. I prepare myself to my whole capacity, and I know that come fight night, what I did in my preparation is going to show up.
When Shakur talks about Teofimo's overrated power, struggles with southpaws, and a delusional mindset, that's not trash talk. It's strategic disrespect. Teofimo counters with gratitude, God, career stakes, and legacy talk, making this feel like ego versus purpose, analytics versus belief, IQ versus will.
The switch hitter who really fights naturally orthodox, but he chose to fight him southpaw the whole night. So when I hear him say them things, it's okay, believe what you want. I told you there's a lot of delusion that goes on inside of his brain. Like I said, Steve Claggett was a smaller guy. And being that he was a smaller guy, I watched Teo load up and hit him big, hit him with the biggest shots that he could throw, and the guy just walked right through it. He just boom, keep it moving, walk right through it. So I can't say it's that. I don't know what to make for it. I think he can punch, but I think like he overrates his own power.
Both fighters believe this one reshapes their legacy. Both think the other is misunderstood. And both sound like they're preparing for the biggest night of their lives. This isn't just a fight anymore. It's two philosophies about boxing confidence and destiny colliding under the Madison Square Garden lights.
Tell us how you're going to perform on Saturday night.
I don't know how I'm going to perform. I just know when it happens, it's in God's favor. It's his will. It's not mine. So whatever he decides that night, it's not up to me, guys. It's up to the Father.
What would it mean for you and your legacy to do what you know you're going to do on Saturday?
It means everything. I trained really hard for this moment. Blood, sweat, tears is all on this, and I had a hard training camp, 12 weeks, and I'm just ready to show why.
Right after that tension-heavy Shakur, Teofimo stare down. The conversation doesn't cool off. It sharpens. Malik Scott and the inside the ring crew step in like surgeons with gloves on, turning hype into an anatomy lesson. Malik talks about Shakur's southpaw jab like it's a weapon system, not just a punch. And he's right. When Shakur catches fighters as they rock forward, that's predator timing, not reflex.
Shakur has one of the best jabs in the business, in my opinion, especially from a southpaw standpoint. Because what he do, as fighters has this rocky, back and forth place before they about to do offense, Shakur always catches it and hits you with the beautiful jab right there. He has a great measure of distance.
Malik then goes straight at Teofimo's habits, calling out that low lead hand against southpaws like a technical crime scene. You can almost hear every coach in America whisper, "Don't do that." What's wild is Malik doesn't dramatize it. He calmly explains how that jab becomes a momentum killer, a rhythm thief, a psychological brake pedal.
Shakur has a very, very good jab. So that means Teo lead hand down, going into offense against Shakur, going with his lead hand down, he's open for the jab. And we all know that's one of Shakur's best shots.
Then he flips to the body work. And that's where it gets nasty. When he talks about Shakur freezing the guard to open the core, that's not flashy boxing. That's slow damage. The kind that doesn't show up on Twitter highlights, but wins fights in the dark rounds. When Max and the panel jump in, talking Shakur on points, Teofimo's athleticism, feet angles resumes, and warning not to be shocked if Teofimo wins. It turns into a beautiful contradiction storm. Logic versus chaos, structure versus instinct, IQ versus explosion.
Because of Teo's feet, and I've said this before, Teo can be on the side of you while he's giving you angles he can match Shakur's speed. Speed, yes, maybe not technique, but speed, yes. He has better power, and his feet are really good. So when he's on the side and creating angles, yes, I like Shakur on points. I would not be surprised if Teo won, and I would not be surprised if these two guys have a 3-fight series.
I love how nobody sounds certain, but everyone sounds convinced. Malik says system. Max calls it a safe bet. The panel says don't sleep on Teofimo's engine. And we're sitting here like, yeah, all of that can be true at the same time. That's the beauty of this matchup. You're not watching a fight. You're watching theories collide. Styles, habits, psychology, athleticism, discipline, timing, all crashing in one ring. No clean narrative. No simple answer. Just high-level boxing chaos wrapped in strategy and confidence.
Here to fight everybody. By the way, even the in-between fights that Teo's had, you look at dudes that
serious fight.
If you took Josh Taylor and Lomachenko off his resume, he'd have as good a resume as the rest of these guys.
Come on now. So you keeping the real right now.
Teo's the real deal coming up.
After Max and the panel turned the fight into a physics experiment of angles, athleticism, and probability, Tim Bradley steps in like professor who's been grading both students for a decade. Bradley framed Shakur as a thinking fighter, the guy with built-in plan A, B, and C. He respects that cerebral adaptability more than raw chaos. He acknowledges Teofimo's high boxing IQ and explosive athleticism, but then rings a warning bell. Creativity gets harder when the guy in front of you sees everything coming. Bradley paints Teofimo as a rhythm-switching wild card who can steal early rounds, but says the technical gaps, hands dropping, footwork lapses, defensive carelessness, are exactly the micro errors Shakur feeds on.
You know, they have that ability. Shakur, like you said, he's highly skilled. He has skills inside the pocket as well. Mid-range, he's great too. Outside, of course, he's great. So he has those abilities, you know, at his disposal to be able to change up and do and be whatever he needs to be. He has the skill set to do so, the mentality, and he has the confidence to do it as well. Teofimo Lopez, from a degree, he does have a high boxing IQ as well. He does. I mean, he was able to deal with Lomachenko. He was able to deal with Taylor.
Bradley says Shakur might need a few rounds to download Teofimo's rhythm. But once he does, those small mistakes become blinking targets. He emphasizes frustration, saying Teofimo's real test isn't power or speed. It's mental stability when he can't land clean and starts getting picked apart by fundamentals. Bradley goes heavy on preparation and discipline, saying fights are won months before the bell. He clearly believes Shakur's environment gives him the edge. Then he drops the Bud Crawford comparison, calling elite sparring a cheat code for growth and questioning whether Teofimo is getting the same sharpening. His bottom line, Teofimo can win, but it's dangerous. Athletic brilliance versus technical consistency. And when chaos hits, the technician usually cashes a check. Teofimo can be spectacular, but Shakur is built to systematically erase spectacular.
You know, for the most part, I see Teo, where he's going to struggle is just from the technical aspect. He doesn't always bring his hands back to his face. You know, he shoots his jab, he brings it back low. And I know some of you can be like, well, I mean, yeah, he does that, Tim, but he can also, you know, convert it, you know, from a jab down low and, you know, having to bring his hand back low, and he has the ability to sweep up with the left hook. Yes, he does have that ability, but again, that's against these other guys that he's faced. You know, he's facing a guy with a high boxing IQ, one of the best in the sport.
After Bradley delivers a masterclass on rhythm and fundamentals, Richardson Hitchens slides with confident gym insider energy. I've seen these guys up close. Let's be real. He gives Keyshawn his respect, calls him complete, then plants his flag. I'm special too. That's the ego required at this level. If you don't believe you're elite, you're already done. When he shifts to Shakur versus Teofimo, he frames it as a danger equation. Shakur is the favorite because he's hard to touch. But Teofimo isn't stationary. He's athletic, defensive, and capable of making you miss and pay. Then Hitchens drops the key line. It's about whether Teofimo can make Shakur think twice. That's the fight in one sentence.
I mean, everybody expect me to be like, Shakur's gonna win easily, right?
Well, that's what we think.
Yeah, but I think it's a good fight. I think it's honestly 60-40. I think, you know, obviously favors Shakur. He's the more unbeatable guy because he's hard to hit him, period. Yeah. But Teo also has the abilities to not be that easy hittable. Like he's not just a guy you're sitting there.
If Shakur feels zero threat, he's gonna cook Teofimo like a surgeon with Wi-Fi. But if Teofimo can inject danger, force hesitation, suddenly it's chess with a timer. Hitchens admits Shakur might still win, but it turns into a get-what-I-can and slide performance instead of clinic. When he mentions it's a pay-to-fight and says Shakur surprised him under the lights, That's a quiet warning. Gym Shakur and big stage Shakur are different animals. Hitchens sees Shakur as pressure-tested and moment-built, but says Teofimo's only real win condition is fear. And in boxing, fear might be the most powerful punch of all.
Also athletic and defensive at times.
Yeah, so I think it's a 60-40 fight. I'm favoring Shakur. And I don't know how Shakur is going to win the fight. I don't know what Shakur is. With Shakur, it's all about the danger you could put in front of him. That's one thing I do know. If he feel like it's danger and you got his mind thinking and working, you can tame him and make him keep off of you.
When you stack everything together, the press conference mind games, Malik Scott dissecting habits, Max weighing chaos versus structure, Bradley reminding us fundamentals always collect interest, and Hitchens boiling it down to danger, you realize this isn't just Shakur versus Teofimo. It's order versus volatility. Shakur is the system, the algorithm that deletes your options until you're shadowboxing with anxiety. Teofimo is the glitch, the athlete who can break patterns with one explosive moment. Every expert is saying the same thing in different languages. If Teofimo can't disrupt Shakur's rhythm and confidence, it's a clinic. If he can inject chaos into Shakur's mind, we might get a classic. That's why this fight feels bigger than belts. It's a philosophical boxing experiment under the lights of Madison Square Garden. Drop your take in the comments. Let's really debate this one. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Punch Power. See you in the next one. Oncoming Fistfire.